Heartfire from the video game Skyrim. Now, I know it's a little bit late at this point to talk about the DLCs from Skyrim. Since we all got the special edition anyway, what's the point of talking about them? Since I myself actually got the DLCs, bought the DLCs separate from the actual game before the Legendary version came out, yeah, I have a little bit more to talk about them. See, the thing that I understand about DLCs is that they gotta be worth our time, but not only give a little bit more to the story, but to expand on the world of this video game that we truly love and everything. And I get that a lot from a lot of DLCs, but then there are some where they are completely trash, and some of them are just the video game companies trying to cheat us out because they sell the game to us only to give us part of it, and we need to buy the rest for DLC. So that makes no sense to me. For a DLC, you gotta have a game that is a whole lot of fun. A whole lot of fun for gamers. It is a massive success. You just put in little add-ons to it and expand the story a little more and let the fans decide whether or not these things are a good idea. So let's start off with my least favorite out of the Skyrim bunch and everything. So Heartfire is an add-on to Skyrim where it lets you build houses in the game, because you can live in houses in Markarth, Solitude, Whiterun, Riften, and Windhelm. You also get that main room at the college in Winterhold. But what do the other towns get? The other three towns, which are Dawnstar, Morthal, and Falkreath. Yes, I play the game a lot. I know the names of the towns. So they decided to sell us plots of land so we can build our houses, and I thought to myself, okay, that actually does sound cool. And raise your hand if you always use the Falkreath house. Anyone? Because I do. I definitely do. It has a gorgeous landscape. It has a view of the lake that I truly like and everything. So it's basically a balcony in the back, and you know, I always keep the balcony in the back of that one. The other sides I don't really care about. And it takes a while to build these houses. I gotta admit, it takes a lot of supplies. It takes a lot of going out there, getting stuff, and not to mention it's $5,000 just to buy the plot of land. But it really does make you work for it to build this house. And it is a nice manor. You go in there. There's this Viking-looking hall and decorations everywhere. I definitely did enjoy it my first time playing it. And it is a challenge to actually get the full house built, because you're probably either spending countless hours trying to get these supplies, or you're spending tons of money just to get the stuff to build the house. So the game really does give you the effort to actually get this done. And when that house is done, are the other two houses worth it? No. This is where this DLC fails. It's the same house. Just copy and pasted 3 places in the game. Would it kill them to put in like a castle or a hunting cabin or a fortress? I would have loved a fortress. Not only that, but also put in like my steward's house in one place and a barn in the other for like travelers and all such. So because you're the Dragonborn, obviously you're famous and everything, you need some protection in these large manors that you are getting there, and yet anyone can enter these places. Case in point, whenever you go to these houses, there are these wolves or bandits or giants just waiting there for you to get home, and they're just a nuisance that just come by the house just so you don't get bored at these houses. But the thing that got me bored right from the beginning was knowing that I had to build the same house again in another place. And I'm thinking to myself, what is the point? I already built this house. The idea of going crazy is doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result. And that's exactly what I'm doing when I'm building these 3 houses, because they're the same house. I mean, and also the manor at Falkreath is a whole lot better for me, because it feels like that house was built for that certain area. It was also the area that was used during the trailer for this DLC. As for the one in Dawnstar, it's basically on the side of this mountaintop, so that every time I'm walking out of my house, I'm thinking, finally done with this house. Home sweet home. I'm going to take one step out of my house and, wah! That's really what it feels like. And also, there's the one in Morthal, and it's just in the swamp area. It's just not a good-looking land. I'm thinking to myself, it would have been better if this was like a fisherman's hut or a hunting cabin, whatever. And not only that, but whenever you walk out of that door, you can't fast travel anywhere because that little symbol that's on the top says, you can't fast travel now, there are enemies nearby. You're in the swamps, there are enemies everywhere. So what's the point of building the house at that point? Or in that position altogether? But that's my thoughts on the Heartfire DLC. It's not my favorite. It's fun at first. When you build the first house, then the other two, you kind of forget about. You just push to the side. So it's kind of disappointing. Now, to be fair, this DLC was actually cheap, probably like $5 in advance. But the thing is, I can go to the modding company, get a bigger house on that site for free. So what's the point of me paying $5 for the 3 identical houses? It makes no sense. Anyway, the Heartfire is kind of a wreck. A lot of people got it because it was the cheapest one out of them all, but I will admit the other two are definitely worth noticing a whole lot more than Heartfire. I just expected a whole lot more from Heartfire, especially when it's house building and everything. I mean, if I were going to build a house, I would prefer the one that Geralt gets in Blood and Wine. Yeah, I'm playing that DLC now. Don't worry, I'm getting to it. You know, just on a hill, nice looking house, build that up, and people that live there as well, and a massive garden. That's what I prefer. That feels like something that a hero would get. This just feels like it was just added in and pasted, and there was no effort to put in the rest of it. Just like there was no effort to put in the building mods from Fallout 4. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Heartfire DLC. What did you guys think of it? If you guys actually liked it, that's cool with you. It just didn't work out for me. But whatever you thought, comment below, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.